Last night we had some crazy price movement in the Safemoon community. Now, what exactly happened? What's going on? What is Safemoon doing? Let's figure all that out. What's up? My name's Ty, and today we're talking about all things Safemoon and what's new in the space. If you're new to the channel, please like it, subscribe, comment down below. Before we get started, I'm not a financial advisor, and I'm definitely not a professional. This is just to keep you up to date on what's going on with Safemoon. Now, with that said, let's get into it. So we had some crazy things going on last night. We can see that the price dipped down to 0.302847. I believe that's the low there. But then we can see that we jumped way up to past the 0.3066 mark. So it is really crazy that that happened last night. Now, what exactly happened? Some of you guys might already know what's going on, but we're going to read the official statement from Safemoon, and then we're going to go through some stuff from a Safemoon moderator to kind of clear things up a little bit and see exactly what is going on and what the intention is with Safemoon. So here we have the Safemoon LP announcement that they put it on Twitter yesterday. They said, in connection with the migration of Safemoon version 1 to Safemoon version 2, Safemoon is seeking to migrate BNB held in liquidity pools associated with Safemoon version 1 into liquidity pools associated with Safemoon version 2. Makes sense. They're moving Safemoon version 1 liquidity into Safemoon version 2 liquidity. In connection with that migration, Safemoon may from time to time acquire Safemoon version 2 in the open market, subject to market conditions and other factors. So I think that since that there was a huge whale that sold, which actually brought us down to that 0.3029 area. When that whale sold, I think Safemoon saw an opportunity to buy back some liquidity. But also just to stabilize the price. I think it's just like a nice injection to keep the price strong. So it's cool that they actually, without actually saying it, it sounds like they kind of have a buyback system in place. I've seen a lot of other tokens do that. I'm sure you have as well. So over here we have a community conversation in the Twitter space with CatsRus, and he is a Safemoon education manager. So we're going to get some more information on that. So this is going to be a good opportunity for you to just listen, because I'm going to read this entire thing, this whole log with CatsRus, just so we can know exactly from him what is going on with this situation. So here we go. Zeus first started off the conversation by saying, "Can you cover the Safemoon announcement for us, please?" CatsRus says, "As we all know, the migration happened towards the end of 2021, begin the 2022, when we had a migration from version 1 token to the version 2 token. We all know that we're now trading the version 2 token as normal. However, during the process over the course of 2021 and the development from March to December, throughout the process there was a liquidity locking mechanism where trades would lock up portions of the liquidity pool, in which it started to build up over time, and it was a foundation that ultimately the LP couldn't be touched, and a lot of early starting tokens looked to this as a mechanic to gain trust of early new investors that when they look to launch a token. So we all know that Safemoon did this in the very beginning. We went to a liquidity pool, or we locked the liquidity pool in certain portions so that they could gain trust. So because of this, a lot of the liquidity pool is associated with Safemoon is locked on the V1 side. So a lot of our liquidity is in the V1 side. Okay, and essentially now if we have a look, and I'll just give out some numbers, in PancakeSwap version 1, there is 19,983 BNB on PancakeSwap version 1. And then on PancakeSwap version 2, there's 35,181 BNB. Now they equate to different overall values, but just take the BNB side, because we don't need to know about version 1 side, because they're essentially dead tokens anyways, so it's not an issue. But that being said, there's a huge portion of liquidity pool that is not associated with the current version 2 contract, obviously. So there's 19,000 BNB of version 1 on PancakeSwap and 35,000 of version 2. So that's a huge difference. We have a ton of version 1 on PancakeSwap still. So obviously they need to move that over. So there's a team working towards being able to get those funds in order to then apply that to version 2 token. Now, once they've obtained the BNB, they'll be able to do that through the associated methods, which they said is buying from the open market. which is pretty exciting. It's basically a buyback. So now again, they're obviously specified in the message that they're not just going to look to pump up the price because it's dropped all of a sudden because a whale sold. Because if they look to take and do big buys, it's an incentive for whales to just take that money for free. It's not about just trying to fund their massive drop out of it, going up and down like a yo-yo effect. That's not the case. They want to do a steady injection, shall we say, with that BNB. They're going to collect the BNB as much as they can and work with whoever they're working with to obtain the V1 BNB, and then from there they're going to do slow injections based on specific requirements that are set up by themselves to inject it in right away. And that's essentially just taking that BNB and making purchases, and then from there they can put that in the liquidity pool. So they're taking the version 1 liquidity, buying version 2 on the open market. So it's pretty simple, really. So Zeus says, let me see if I got this right, sir. So back then, when they were on version 1, we used Unicrypt as our locker. So that means Unicrypt has unlocked it to allow injections from version 1, slow injections back into our liquidity pool to version 2. Is that what you're saying? CatsRus says, so I'm not looking to discuss the method in which they obtain the BNB. The grand scheme is once they get the BNB back, however much they get back, if they can attain it all, they can attain all of it. Whatever the method is to obtain the BNB, from there they will be able to do slow injections. Until the team looks to make changes with the BNB, I'm not personally in a position to disclose what's actually happening on the back end. Until it happens, and I'm sure the blockchain will be very apparent with what's going on. But for now, the method is that they're collecting the BNB and doing buybacks through version 2 token with the BNB that is obtained. And the best thing about it, as well as those tokens that are in the liquidity pool on version 1 are essentially considered burned as well. So there's no migration for them. They're just considered burnt tokens now. They're going to stay in the deployer wallet that is obviously deploying the version 2 tokens. So those tokens are essentially burnt, which I believe is 33 trillion tokens. That'll be 33 billion plus 41 billion. So 73 billion tokens will theoretically be burned there in doing so with this. So that's incredible. 73 billion tokens that we can consider burnt, which is it's a massive burn. Do the holders of Safemoon participate in the taxes from the purchases of Safemoon with BNB? Somebody named Don asked that. CatsRus says, I believe that is to be decided. As this is a bigger operations, those sorts of questions I don't have answers to right now because they've still got to go through this, but it's a flip of a coin. It'd be great to have those holders receive reflections, but at the same time, it'd also be kind of counterintuitive because then you're taking away from the liquidity. So there's a balance of what's actually better for the holders, and I don't know at this moment in time. So that does make sense. It would be taking from the liquidity if the holders are just getting a bunch of reflections on these buys. So it will be interesting to see how they actually do this. Don also asked, so that would be like, so from everything that you've described so far, the primary difference between swap and evolve and this process is the reflections to the holders, right? And Kat said, well, swap and evolve is a little bit different, but theoretically the same principle of what they're doing, which is a buyback on the open market, is essentially what swap and evolve is. Yes, both of the same principle when they're taking tokens from the open market and bringing it back. So that was a lot, but that's essentially what is going on right now. They are taking tokens from version 1, buying in version 2, and we don't know long term if we're actually going to see the reflections from these because it might not actually benefit the holders in the long run and the Safemoon project in the long run. So we will be waiting to hear more about how reflections are involved in all of this, but essentially that's what's going on. That's what we saw last night with these massive pumps. It's great to hear that they can use this liquidity as some sort of a steady point for Safemoon. So I think the lead team probably has a number in their head that once it crosses this threshold, then they're going to do injections. That would be my guess. And I'm thinking it's going to take some big whales to actually make it move past those types of thresholds. So Safemoon is currently sitting at 0.3046. We're up 21.09%. which is good. I mean, we saw that huge buyback, and so there's been a lot of price movement, which is great. We can see that Bitcoin over here is sitting at $28,309, down 8.72%, and still continuing to move down officially in a bear market. Ethereum is also down 16.81% at $1,931. We are seeing a lot of red on the charts, and BNB is also down. It was at $2.99 yesterday, and we are sitting at $2.69 today, down 9.73%. So everything is down, and most BNB projects are down as well. Nobody is looking great in this market, so we are just holding and diamond hands until we see some better news. So that is going to be it for the video today. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please like and subscribe, comment down below to support the channel, and I will see you guys in the next one.
Not necessarily. She could be stuck just inside the tube.
Inside. Hold on!
Veruca! Sweetheart!